friends, I am Nikita. I am a national instructor and a chess trainer. Welcome to our YouTube channel Chess Kaksha. In today's video, we are going to discuss a very famous game of Bobby Fischer, which was played against Sherwin in 1957. In this game, we will learn how Bobby Fischer owned the center and dominated the board. In this game, once Sherwin offered his rook to Bobby Fischer, but he ignores and continues his kingside attack. So let's take a look and learn from this game. In this game, Fischer was playing with white pieces. White moved e4, black moved c5. Black replied with Sicilian. Now, white moved knight to f3, e6, d3. Normally, white moves d4 here. Fischer decided to play closed system. Knight to c6, g3, knight to f6, bishop to g2. You can see white fiancé to his bishop. The bishop operate along the a8 to h1 diagonal. Bishop to e7, preparing for castling. White castles, black castles, knight to d2. The knight moved to this square temporarily because c3 square will be occupied by the pawn. Now, black move rook to b8. Here d5 is better move. Rook moves to e1, d6, c3. This is played to prepare this d4 later. b6 and d4. You can see white sets up an ideal pawn structure. White uses a strategy of attacking on the king side. Queen to c7. With this move, black evacuates this d5 for its rook to come on this d8 and controlling the activity in the center. e5. Fischer takes control of e5 and chases the knight to move from this f6 square. Now, knight move to d5. E cross d6, bishop takes d6, and now knight to e4, attacking the bishop. c4, knight cross d6, queen takes d6. What is the idea of exchanging knight here? Actually, white exchange his knight to get this useful dark square bishop. And now you can see black has only a bad bishop at c8. Knight to g5, attacking on this h7 square. Knight to c, knight to e7. This is a mistake. Sherwin rushes his knight to the king side to help with the defense. In general, this strategy is a wise strategy. But in this particular position, black should kick out this white knight from here. So he should move h6. Queen to c2. Fischer threatens immediate checkmate at h7 square. Knight to g6. Knight blocks the target h7 square. Now h4. The pawn plays a major role in the attack. It threatens to chase the enemy knight from this g6 square to allow checkmate. Knight moves to f6. Knight takes h7. Fischer does not hesitate to sacrifice his knight. You can see black is not able to control this f4 square. So that this means white can get this bishop to f4 square and gain some material. It's a skewer attack. Knight cross h7, white move h5. The knight must move. You can see it is attacked by a pawn. So this knight has to move and white gain some critical squares. Knight to h4, bishop to f4. You can see it's a skewer attack. Queen to d8. White could now simply capture this rook on b8, but the black would eliminate this g2 square bishop, which is very important for white's defense. And white can find himself in some danger. So Fischer's intention was on a kingside attack. So he didn't think of some material advantage. G cross h4, rook to b7. This is a very clever move. Black offers the rook to this g2 bishop because black wants this g2 bishop to move from here so that it can take advantage. This bishop is needed for defense. So Bobby Fischer resists the temptation of taking this rook and continues with his bishop, with his attack. He moved h6. Black is faced with a difficult decision here. Queen takes h4. H cross g7. You can see one of the pawn barrier is gone now. King takes g7. Black missed a trick here. Can you find it? Yes, by moving rook to d8. the white pawn could be used as a shield against attack. Sometimes an enemy piece can actually help defend. But here in the game, he moved king cross g7. Then white moved rook to e4. Fischer uses a rook lift to get rook into a position from where it can join attack. Once the bishop moves from this g4, the rook can move along the fourth rank. If black isn't careful, the game will be over quickly. When the bishop comes to this e5, it will be discovered attack. Queen moves to h5, rook to e3. You can see Sherwin didn't fall for the trick and still covers this g4 square. And white has moved his rook back, ready to move to this g file or h file. Black move f5. This move is necessary to enable the king to flee to the center without leaving the knight to the subject of the attack. You can see the threat is coming. Rook to h3. Rook to h3. Queen to e8, bishop to e5 check. Once again, Fischer rejects the exchange. Materialistic win. How? It can move to this h6 and give check and gain some material. But no, Fischer give check with bishop to e5 because this bishop here is as strong as the rooks. So he don't want to exchange this bishop for the rook. Knight to f6, the only move. Suppose if king move to g8 here, then rook to g3 check, king to f7, rook to g7, it will be checkmate. So black move knight to f6, then white move queen to d2, king to f7, queen comes to g5, queen to e7, bishop takes f6, queen takes f6, rook to h7 check, and you can see white is going to pick this black rook at b7. Now king to e8, queen takes f6, r cross h7. Suppose here if black move r cross f6, then bishop takes b7, bishop takes b7, r takes b7, and you can see leaves black a rook down. So in the game after queen cross f6, black move r cross h7, bishop to c6 check, and here Sherwin resigned because if the bishop interpose at d7, white simply plays queen cross e6 check and the queen cannot be captured because the bishop is pinned. That's why Sherwin resigned here. I hope you like this video. So please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.